What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Operation Meteor briefing. This time we're finishing up our discussion on GD03, Steel Requiem, and using the white color cards. So buckle in, we'll cover the FAQs on the cards, drop some lore, and kind of figure out what people are, kind of talking about when it comes to some of these. We'll start off with Graham's Union Flag Custom. This card has high maneuver during link at the end of your turn when this unit is paired with the pilot set it as active. Okay. Next, we got the Freedom Gundam. While this unit is rested, friendly shields cannot receive battle damage from enemy units. This is not the same effect as enemy units must select this card when able. We'll see the wording that's different. As you can tell, there's no FAQ for that, so your opponents could pick on the other side characters if they want to. I know for some folks that we're talking about, if you got a smaller unit, they'll take that out and then throw like the Trans Am Exia to kill this guy up on the side. And then next, they've got the Zeta Gundam Biosensor. Deployed, choose one enemy unit. For each AU card, unit card in your trash, it gets 18 -1 during this turn. So the Zeta Gundam Biosensor is it's a specialty system that's found only in the Zeta Gundam and never brought up later on in the series. It does something pretty interesting when you watch the series. The Aerial Strike Gundam it's blocker. Deploy if you have another Triple Ship Alliance unit in play. Draw one, then discard one. This one links with Nula Flaga. For those of you who don't know, and since I wasn't set up at the time, the Perfect Strike from set 1, that was actually Wu piloting in that. Kieran never actually piloted the Perfect Gundam on screen. For the second effect, do I have to discard one card even if I don't have a Triple Ship Alliance unit in play? No, it won't activate if you don't have a Triple Ship Alliance unit in play, so you don't have to discard. Gray's Ein Walker. During link, activate action once per turn. If there are 6 or more Gallahorn cards in your trash, choose one enemy unit battling this unit. It gets 18 -3 during this turn. So you have to have Ein linked with that. So if you're playing this, you're going to have to find her for that guy. But pretty hefty blocker. And that -3 can make a difference when you're finding something that has 6 attack on it. The Tyrion Tauzi. When you have another superpower block unit in play, enemy units choose this rested unit as their attack target if possible when attacking. Links with the Super Soldier trait. This is what I was talking about with the Freedom Gundam. This one has it to where you have to actually attack this enemy. What happens when there are multiple units in play that attract the attack target with effects like enemy units choose this rested unit as their attack target if possible when attacking. You choose one of the units attracted the attack target as the attack target. So you don't get stuck in a loop. So if there's 2 of these out here, you just pick one and move on. Your opponent just can't negate your attack altogether by playing 2 of them. The Super Gundam. During link attack, choose one enemy unit with no paired pilot. It gets 18 -2 during this turn. Links with any AU pilot, so that's Camille, Quattro, the new Emma, and Cats in this set. The reason why it's a Super Gundam instead of just the Mark II is that it has the 2 defensor armaments equipped onto it. The Freedom Gundam with Meteor. Once per turn, during your turn, when your Triple Ship Alliance deals battle damage to an enemy unit, you may return the enemy unit to its owner's hand. When the enemy unit is destroyed by battle damage, does this effect return it to hand? No, it does not. So the only way that works is if your opponent leaves the enemy alive. I mean, it's still kind of fun. You can just run it into like an unpaired, big blocker, and that blocker just goes lost and down back to the hand. The Justice Gundam with the Meteor system. When linked, choose 1 to 3 enemy units with 3 or less HP and return them to their owner's hand. So it helps when you have, your opponent's worn down, or if they paid a lot of small, cheap blocker units, like some Diaz's and stuff. The Tyrion High Mobility type. During link destroyed, return the card paired with this unit in hand. So this allows you to recur Sergei every time that you run into something, which is kind of nice. The only downside is if he gets shot down, from that red card that kills a pilot. This does not save him. The G Defensor. When you rest your base with one of your units effect, you may rest this unit instead. So if something says rest a base, you can rest the G Defensor, and it'll take it out. But the cool thing is that it doesn't link with any aid trait, so it still works as a quick little cheap pair. I mean, Camille on this can make this thing hit like a freaking truck into even like an ale strike, which is kind of hilarious. The Chimaris, Gundam Chimaris Trooper in Trooper mode. When linked, choose one Galahorn command card from your trash and add it to your hand. This can get you like great iron back. I mean, I can't remember if Galio is actually a command. I don't think he is, but I have to double check. The AEU in the Act demonstration color. This unit can only attack during a turn when one of your superpower block / UN units is deployed. And so any superpower block trait for this effect, can this unit's own deployment satisfy the condition during a turn when one of your superpower block UN unit is deployed? Yes, it can, and it can attack if it's during this turn that it is linked. So if you throw a pilot on it, if you have a level 2 cost 1 pilot and you throw a trait onto this guy, you can attack on turn 1, which is kind of scary. The unit flag. Well, you have 2 or more superpower block UN units in play. This card gets cost -1. Is the level also reduced by this card's effect? No, it is not. The AEU Hellion. Just a guy, just there to chump block. 1/1 blocker. Grand Acre. Add this card to your hand. When this rested unit is active by an effect, choose one enemy unit with 3 or less HP, return it to its owner's hand. Does this effect activate when this unit is set active during the start phase? No, it does not. So it has to be an effect like the, right now it's only linked as, he only has a handful of things with the superpower block, but his custom flag will ready him up. If you put him on a superpower block unit and you have another way to ready him, this look effect does come up as well. In Machine Burst, add this card to your hand. During link destroyed, if a friendly white base is in play, choose one enemy unit whose level is equal to or lower than this unit. Return it to its owner's hand. She has the aid trait, so she can power up with the G Defensor, Gundam Mark II, Super Gundam. So that gives her the ability to do that. The FAQ says if this pilot is paired with a unit that's level 4, does that mean during link destroyed effect chooses a unit that is level 4 or lower? Yes, that is correct. Or with a Super Gundam, it's level 5, so you can send a level 5 card back to their hand. So Akira's. First, add this card to your hand. Choose one enemy unit. It gets AP -3 during this turn. The Awakened Potential will burst. Add this card to your hand. Choose one rested enemy unit that is level 4 or lower. Return to its owner's hand. If there are 2 or more cards with Awakened Potential in their card name in your trash, you may choose one friendly unit and gains blocker during this turn. FAQ states as I play this card when there's only one Awakened Potential card in my trash. At this time, can this effect choose a friendly unit and give a blocker? No, it cannot, because you're checking the state at which the card is played. The card is not in the discard, so that's why this one does not get there. A lot of people are pretty high on this card, just because of the fact that you get to rest on the unit for one. So the level 4 cards that you could be playing, that could even include the Gundam, the RX-70 with armor look. You can rest that. Especially you return to their hand if you think that's a problem, or if there's a big blocker that's level 4 or lower that you can send it back. And then give something blocker during the turn. So the way I've seen this played is that you return the card that's attacking if it meets the objective of being a level 4 or lower, and then you have another card blocker, and then now your opponent has to deal with a blocker and a card that they have to that they lost by being balanced. Awkward Approach. Main. Choose one rested friendly base that is active. If you do, all enemy units get AP -1 during this turn. It's okay effect. The Immortal Kalasar. During this turn, if a friendly superpower block UN unit destroys an enemy unit with battle damage, choose one rested friendly superpower block unit so it is active. He cannot attack during this turn. So throw him on his demonstration unit, he can run into something. If it survives, you can end up doing something else. The fact that his action can kind of allow a unit to ready itself is kind of nice. Unheralded attack. Choose one friendly base and one enemy unit with level 3 or less HP and rest them. So this is one of those things to where you can bow down the G defensor instead of your base to make the effect. So that allows you to get away with the Zeta Gundam from the last set to where you can still ready that. FAQ, can I play this effect and choose one enemy unit with 3 or less HP? Well, no, isn't a friendly basically. No, you cannot. Veteran Tactics. Choose one enemy unit that is level 3 or lower and return it to its owner's hand. You get them on his unit, but you get 1 HP. Might be okay since it's still a level 1 cost. But worst case scenario, you get him back and then you still have this action you can play once your unit blows up, which isn't too bad. The Eternal. Deploy this card, add one of your shields to your hand. Then if you have 2 or more triple ship alliance units in play, choose one enemy unit that is level 4 or lower and return it to its owner's hand. So start playing with that whole concept of forcing your opponent to play cards. If you're looking for the meteor units, here they are. They detach from the Eternal, and then they get equipped to the Justice and the Freedom Gundam. The Radish. Deploy this card on burst. Deploy, add one of your shields to your hand, and then when destroyed, if you have an A-Link unit in play, choose one enemy unit with 4 or less HP and rest it. So it's not too bad you get to rest on the unit. And with that, we're back to the start, and that's it. I know that Requiem and this Union Flight Custom is a huge card that folks are trying to make work, just for the fact that you can keep bringing that card back up. So those two I've seen a lot of people play with. The meteor units, I don't know, it seems like could have used a slightly stronger effect to make it more playable. Super Gundam is huge because Camille, Emma, and Quattro can make this guy a pretty big unit, and it's right for the cost. So really helpful for when you're trying to take out stuff. The Grey Design, another big unit that a lot of folks are liking for the Gallowhorn deck. And yeah, we'll kind of take a look and see. I'm kind of waiting to see what folks are looking at. But we get potential. This action is being played quite a bit from what I can see at webcam games and other places. So with that, got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of GD03. We'll be back tomorrow with the Operation Meteor weekly news recap. And then I'll probably take a small break as I get ready to go through a ton of GD03 product and sorted and getting ready for the last chance qualifier in Vegas. With that, this is Sal with Operation Meteor, signing off.